So we continue with our class Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, and this class and all of the segments are going to be dedicated to Refuah Shlema of our dear Rabbi Yaron Reuven Shlita. His name is Yaron Ben Doris, and also to Refuah Shlema of our dear friends Yehudis Bas Noach, Ariela Ora Bas Anna, Amime Morasi, Rachel Bas Brindel, and David Shlomo Ben Sandra. Okay. Everybody should have a Refuah Shlema. Okay, so we continue with Kitzur Shulchan Aruch, and last time we started Siman number 76, and now topic, the law of the Shabbos and festival prayers. Okay, so, and we're on Siman number 2, so I took my Siddur just in case if I need to look something up, so we will. Okay. So Siman number 2, Sif number 2, and it says, when reciting Hashkiveinu, blessing in a Marif on Shabbos, we do not conclude the blessing as we do during the week, with the word Shomer Amo Yisrael Laat, who protects the people of Israel forever. Since this blessing refers to the nation of Israel as a whole, and the nation of Israel as a whole does not need special protection on Shabbos, for the Shabbos protects us. Rather, we recite, before the concluding blessing, the words, Ufros Aleinu, Sukash Shlamecha, and spread over us the shelter of your peace. And then conclude with the, with the blessing, bless your HaShem who spreads, etc. So we're going to say, if you have Siddur, so please prepare. We're going to see where is it. The same wording is used in Marif on Yom Tov festival. Okay, Marif on Yom Tov. I mean, on Marif, on Yom Tov, it's exactly the same beginning. Yeah, the end might be different, but it's right. It's the beginning the same. I think the page 310 or something, 333. Right, 333. I think right. We're going to check. If one erred and concluded the Hashkiveinu blessing, as it is recited during the week, right? If he realized his error immediately after reciting the word La'at forever, then he should immediately recite the proper conclusions. Chaperus, Sukkah Shalom, and etc. However, if he did not realize this error until after the amount of time of Kidei Dibur, literally the amount of time, the utterance approximately 1 or 2 seconds, okay, has passed since concluded the blessing, he need not to recite the blessing again. Okay, so let's try to understand. So if you have a Siddur, please prepare. We're going to see what is mean. Okay, so from the beginning, reciting Hashkiveinu, lay us down. So Hashkiveinu prayer, it would be in what is it? 333, 332. I think so. It's a Marif prayer for Shabbos. 1 second. Maybe it's different. I don't remember. But let's see. Right, it's 330. It's 32. Okay. So, and Hashkiveinu is on 334, 335 in English. So it's Hashkiveinu Hashem Elokeinu, right? So it's in English, it's lay us down to sleep, Hashem, a God in peace, raise us up, our King, to life, and spread over us the shelter of your peace. So basically, okay, so what are we saying here? So it's Marif prayer. It is exactly the same for Shabbos and festivals, right? Exactly the same. I mean, the Shema part. if it's a festival, so we will go to there is a special Shmona Esrom for three holidays, right? That's like 660, I think, in our case, right? But beginning is the same. So we say Shema, we say all of the three paragraphs of the Shema, and then we say the blessings after Shema, right? So first blessing, right? There are two blessings after Shema. So one blessing is Goel Israel, who redeems Israel. So, and if in a shul you answer Amen to the Chazan, and second one is Hashkiveinu, so lay us down. And this is second blessing, and after that we also answer Amen. But this blessing is different. Well, Yerushalayim, right? So it ends with 1 second. Who spreads the shelter of peace upon us, upon all of his people, Israel, and upon Yerushalayim. Right. So this blessing is different. So if you look at 256, just 1 second. Right. Shema, 1 second. Hashkiveinu, 1 second. Hashkiveinu, yeah, here we go. It's on 262 in regular Mariv, weekday Mariv. So it's also Hashkiveinu, but it says Shomer Amo Israel Lad. So in English, who protects his people forever. But as the Kitzur Shulchan Aruch says, in the case of Shabbos, we don't need this protection of the people forever. So it's a little shorter. So it's as we understand, just the bottom line. If you said it, there is no problem. But that's the issue. As I said before a few times, if you try to memorize the prayers by heart, and that's the problem. I said right. I had this problem. And I start confusing prayers because, unfortunately, the mind is spitting the words, and then they say, where am I? So you continue speaking and look for the place of where are you? So it's very embarrassing. So then I force myself to forget the prayer. So now in this case, I mean, everybody should have their own approach, and now I go and I read word to word, and for me it's like a big blessing for me personally, because sometimes I remember I was saying wrong prayers, because that's what you do when you do by heart. Automatically, that's the problem. So especially, of course, Marif on a weekday, you pray more often. Of course, you pray 6 days a week, and this on Shabbos is only 1 day a week. So there is no wonder if you make a mistake. You start this blessing Hashkiveinu, you start different from the weekday, which is a problem. Okay. So and why we have a different blessing? Right, because on the weekday we say Shomer Lamo Israel Lad, Shomer Israel Lad, meaning that the one who saves the nation Israel. But on Shabbos it says the Shabbos saves us. Right, it says Jews kept Shabbos during the Jews kept Shabbos, but Shabbos even more kept Jews alive. You understand? So it's because of the Shabbos we had this merit to survive. Okay, special protection. Okay, so and commentaries say even without special prayer for protection, the merit of keeping Shabbos itself suffices for HaShem to protect Jewish people. Meaning, just because of the fact that a person keeping Shabbos, that's already merit for protection. So meaning the thing is like in a sense, a person prays wrong prayer. That's what it is, right? So a person say plus minus one word or a few more lines. The one lines is better. Yes, I said no, it's not. It could be an interruption of the prayer. And then as we're going to see further, if you have opportunity, if you still have opportunity to fix it, you must fix it, because it's not proper prayer. That's not what sages instituted. That we have to say. As Kitzur points out, this merit applies only to Jewish people as a whole, right? We therefore still recite these words and ask to protect us individuals of the Jewish nation, safeguard our going and coming. Again, okay, no problem. Okay. Rather, we recite on Shabbos concluding blessing, Ufros aleinu sukkah shlemecha, right, and spread over you shelter of your peace. So it's, as you see, it's very different. Okay. And then conclude with blessing, right? Bless your HaShem who spreads the peace, right? The same wording is used in Marif on Yom Tov. Okay, so Marif on Yom Tov and Shabbos, we said it's the same. Okay. And this blessing, just one second. So it says, this phrase is added to keep with the rule that the final phrase of the body of the blessing should reflect the similarity with the concluding blessing. This concluding blessing, okay. So meaning like the end of the blessing should be have one topic, and it's the end of the blessing. It's usually what Chazan repeats, not repeats, but speaks out loud. Right. So all of these things there's a special science if you look at your siddur. So in our school it's like a diamond, right? Like four squares in the shape of the diamond. It means, what does it mean? That Chazan repeats this few lines, or 2 lines, the final blessings. Okay, no problem. All right, so continue. If one erred and concluded Hashkiveinu blessing, we recited as we recited during the week. If he realized the error immediately after reciting Lo'at forever, like it's Shomer Lamo Yisrael Lo'at, right? Lo'at meaning the last word. Then he should immediately recite the proper conclusion, right? So it's actually the rule for all of the blessings, as we learned in the blessing of the food. So even if you made mistake, you have 1 to 2 seconds, right? 2 second stops to correct yourself. So meaning whatever is said. Don't change it. That's it. But you just add the correct conclusion, right? But only if during the 2 seconds. If 2 seconds are gone. So for example, if you said the wrong blessing on apple, you said there is Borei name is Zoynes. I don't know if it's good. Borei pricha geffen. Well, let's to be on the safe side, right? Borei pricha geffen, right? Like a fruit of the wine tree. So for sure it's not. Apples are not. So meaning if you remember in the 2 seconds, 1 to 2 seconds, you can correct yourself. You say Borei pricha fruit of the tree. If not, so you have to repeat from everything from the beginning. So that's what he's saying here. Okay. So continue. So halacha number 3. We'll put it down. Halacha number 3. So, but the Shema has been said. It's exactly the same as in a weekday. Okay. The central blessing of the Shabbos Shemona Esrei concludes with the passage beginning. 1 second. So now we're going to Shemona Esrei. So on Shemona Esrei, my siddur. It's page 338, right? And 3 blessings. The first 3 blessings is always the same. Last three blessings is always the same. But in the middle, it's page 340 or 341 in English. So on page 340, you have the middle blessing. It's actually one. So on the holidays and on on Shabbos you have 7 blessings. Yeah, we still call it Shmona Esrei, like 18 blessing, but it's on Shabbos it's only 7. So in this seven blessing, it's actually pretty long. Usually blessing is 1 paragraph, but here is 3 paragraphs, but it's 1 blessing. Okay, so now we did introduction. So let me see some technicalities, but let's see. The center blessing on Shabbos, so meaning it's going to be 4th blessing, right? It's a central blessing on Shabbos. Shmona Esrei concludes with the passage, our God of our forefathers, may you please now with our rest. May you be pleased. May you be pleased with our rest. Okay. Here the Kitzur discusses the custom regarding the wording of closing paragraph. On Friday we read, 1 second, let me see, that's if we say this. I think that's not what we say. 1 second. So it says the last word and say, "O HaShem our God." So in English, with love and favor grant us your holy Shabbos as a heritage, and may Israel be sanctified as Israel, and may Israel the sacrifices of your name. No, 1 second. Say holy blood heritage, and may Israel the sanctifiers, upside I never read English, sorry. The sanctifiers of your name, sorry. Rest on it. Okay, meaning on Shabbos. Bless your HaShem, sanctify the Shabbos. Okay, so Israel rests on Shabbos, so that's that's what we say. Right? Rests on Shabbos, so what is the problem? It is customary to recite Shmona Esrei prayer of Marif. Okay, 1 second. So we say this prayer. So let me quickly read it again. It's the central blessing of Shabbos Shmona Esrei concludes with this passage beginning with our God of our fathers, may you be pleased now with our rest. So that's exactly what we have. Here Kitzur discusses the custom regarding the wording of the clothing of the paragraph. Okay, which is for Friday night's prayer reads. Right, so I mean I just read it. Okay, so we have exactly wording as it says in Kitzur. Okay, continue. It is customary to recite the Shmona Esrei of Marif, Veyanuchu. Okay, Vah. Okay, so what does it mean? May it be rest on it is a feminine form. In Shacharis mussar prayer, Shmona Esrei, the phrase is changed, Veyanuchu Vah, in the masculine form. In the Mincha Shmona Esrei, it's very interesting. Instead of words Shabbos Katshecha, you holy Shabbos in singular. We recite Shabbos Katshecha, your holy Shabbos in plural. And okay, so basically in I mean it's all technicality. I never pay attention to these things. Okay, so in the morning we say, just a second. In the Marif we say this word in the feminine. In the morning it's in the masculine, and in what is it just one second. Shacharis and mussar, right? We say in masculine, so 2 of them, and the 4th prayer is Mincha. So in Mincha we say the Shabbos Katshecha, the holy Shabbos in singular. Recite Shabbos Katshecha, your holy Shabbos is in plural. Okay, no problem. So just okay. So I'm going to skip all of the technicality. I don't want to burden you, but we got it. Just read the Siddur, exactly what it says here. Right. Continue. So number 4. Okay. The passage beginning, Veyechulu Hashemayim v'cha'oretz v'chol tzava'am. So it's actually in our Siddur, it's it's a second paragraph. So in the second paragraph of this middle blessing of the Shmona Esrei, that's what we're talking about. Okay. So let's see. This the passage of Veyechulu Hashemayim. Thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all their race. It's from Bereshit 2 verses 1 and 2. Declares that it was HaShem who created the entire universe, and he rested on Shabbos day. Although it is recited as a part of Friday night Shmona Esrei, the congregation repeats it after the Shmona Esrei aloud. This is because the Shabbos, when the Shabbos falls on Yom Tov, the special Shmona Esrei of the festival is recited, which does not contain Veyechulu passage. Since these times it would have been recited by the congregation after the Shmona Esrei, it was instituted to be recited as part of Mariv service every Shabbos. After the silent Shmona Esrei of the Mariv Shabbos Friday night, all recite together passage Veyechulu. It is proper to recite this passage while standing, for with this recitation we testify about the Holy One, blessed be He, regarding the act of creation of the world. And witnesses must testify while standing. So okay, so let's go over, because it's, I mean, everything is important, but maybe previous one was like just explanation what we say there, but since we have a Siddurim, it's like not very applicable to us. Okay, but this one is very applicable to us. So in this passage we actually say, men at least say, I think 3 times at Friday night, right? So this beginning, what is it? Thus the heaven and the earth were finished. So first time we say in the Shmona Esrei, and second time that's what he is talking about. We say after the Shmona Esrei is finished. Right, after the Shmona Esrei is finished. 1 second. So let me read one more time and figure out. Okay, the passage beginning Veyechulu Hashemayim v'cha'oretz v'chol tzava'am. Right, that's we say in the Shmona Esrei, we say it after Shmona Esrei, and we say this passage in the Kiddush. Okay, declares that it was Hashem who created the entire universe. Okay, so far so good. So that's a testimony. So when we observe Shabbos, why we observe Shabbos? We observe as a statement that we concur that Hashem created the universe, and that's why, and He rested on the 7th day. That's what we do, and that He rested on Shabbos day. Okay, although it is recited as a part of Friday Shmona Esrei. Right, so as we said, this part, like middle of this 4th blessing, right, Shmona Esrei, the congregation repeats the Shmona Esrei aloud. Repeats it after the Shmona Esrei aloud. Okay, so here we go. So meaning on Mariv we don't have a public repetition of the Shmona Esrei. In Mincha we do, and Shacharis we also do. So here, since when we give a testimony in a court, it must be out loud, right? And must be two witnesses. That's why we're talking about Shabbos here, right? That's why on Shabbos we say after we finish prayer, right? After we took 3 steps back, and then everybody say Veyechulu Hashemayim v'cha'oretz. So in my Siddur, it's our scroll is 346. It's in 346. We say everybody's out loud. And if a person did not have a chance, like he came late or something, so it's proper to repeat it after the prayers with somebody else, like 2 people, because that's how the testimony is given, 2 people. Right? If somebody does not have a second person, okay, so say it anyway, basically. Okay, but it's proper to say this congregation or like at least 2 people. Okay, so that's what he's saying. This is because when Shabbos falls on Yom Tov, right, the special Shmona Esrei for a festival is recited, which does not contain Veyechulu passage. Okay, since Veyechulu passage, since this time it should have been recited by the congregation Shmona Esrei. It was instituted to be recited as a part of Mariv service on every Shabbos. Okay, so we got it. Right. So it's part. Again, we say it few times just to make sure that we said it, because sometimes Shmona Esrei, the holiday is going to be like coincide with what is it? Holiday is going to coincide with Shabbos. Okay. So meaning even if we're going to pray different Shmona Esrei, so Shmona Esrei for holidays in page 660, I think. So we're going to check for 3 holidays. So on Pesach, right? The Pesach is coming. So we have 660, and you jump here, right? And just one second. Right. So there is a special insert on page 665 insert for Shabbos. So inside like a watch, there's like inserts in several blessings also. Insert for Shabbos. It's not in the middle one. In the middle one, not 3 first is the same and 3 last is also the same. Right. And then after we finish, we go to the regular place where we finish when we would do go when we finish Shmona Esrei on Shabbos, and that's why they say we recite several times. Okay, that's what he's saying. No problem. So again, after silent Shmona Esrei of Shabbos, Mariv Shabbos, Friday night, we all recite together Veyechulu. And commentaries say, as Kitzur continues, the recitation of this passage is considered testimony regarding Hashem's creation of heaven and earth. The congregation therefore recited together, for it is fitting that a complete congregation testify about Hashem's together. Right, so it's proper, not to rush, and give everybody opportunity to finish Shmona Esrei. So we can all say together, right? It's Friday. If one did not recite it with congregation, here we go. He should at least recite it with one other person, right? So that it should be recited minimum amount of witnesses that constitute acceptance of the testimony in court. So minimum witnesses is 2 witnesses. So even that person already said it with everybody else. There is no problem whatsoever. Just psukim from the Torah. Same as like Tehillim, right? You can say the same like psalm like many times. There is no problem, right? There is no problem. So here this person came late, finished late, so he wants to say, just ask somebody. So usually people know by heart this passage because we say it in the Kiddush as well, right? One who is praying alone should recite Veyechulu not with intention to recite it as a testimony, but rather as reading the verses from the Torah aloud. See Mishnah Berurah 268:19. So that's very interesting statement, right? Comment, very interesting. So meaning that if a person is alone, yes. So if a person is praying alone, or somebody is late and he's ashamed to ask somebody to be a witness with him for whatever reason, right? To say this passage over. So meaning, you say it anyway, but in your mind, in our mind should be that we're not testifying, because again, one witness cannot testify in court. Only 2 witnesses, right? So but you can read Torah all day long. It's exactly psukim from the Torah. Okay, so continue. it is proper to recite this passage while standing, right? Why? Because all the testimony we do while standing, right? For with this recitation, we testify about the Holy One, blessed be He, regarding the acts of creation of the world. And witnesses must testify while standing, and that's the first paragraph that we say. It's the first paragraph of our Friday night Kiddush. So let me quickly check time. Second. Time. Right, no, it's too long. Okay, so let's stop here. It was a little technical, but we got the point. Okay, so I mean, it's hard even like to overestimate how lucky we are, like to have Sidurim like available. You can order like in any languages, in Hebrew only. Like I wanted to buy like a pocket size, like a small size of Hebrew. It's so cheap. They don't give like for all other things they give discounts. It's so cheap. It's unbelievable. I'm not sure if they make any money, right? So in English it's like a triple price. Yeah, just so you know, compared to Hebrew only. All right, so we stop here and let's do 5 minutes break and we continue with other topics. 5 minutes.